एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट की जर्नी के स्ट्रगल्स और चैलेंजेस सिर्फ सीए का एग्जाम पास करने तक लिमिटेड नहीं होते। सीए बनने के बाद एक अलग चैलेंज और जर्नी शुरू होती है, जिससे आप अपने करियर को एस्टैब्लिश करते हैं, अपने करियर में सक्सेस लाते हैं। और आज हम अपने इस सीरीज सीए की कहानी सीए की जुबानी में आपको एक ऐसे ही सीए से मिलवाएंगे जो अपनी इस दोनों फेज की जर्नी को शेयर करेंगे। सो मिलवाते हैं आपको सीए प्रवीण कुमार जी से। ही इज अ सीनियर पार्टनर विद ASA Associates and heads the assurance division for them. He is a chartered accountant with more than 35 years of an experience. He qualified in 1990. ये आते हैं रोहतक से और आज हम उनसे सुनते हैं उनकी कहानी उन्हीं की जुबानी। सो वेलकम प्रवीण जी टू द शो।
थैंक यू।
सो प्रवीण जी, आप जैसे मैंने बताया कि रोहतक से आते हैं, तो आपने सीए करने की कब सोची और कैसे सोची?
So when I was in college, our group of friends, we were all preparing for UPSC, IAS exams, and we were wondering what should we do if we are not able to clear that. That is the point where one of my friends suggested, why don't you do CA? So that's where we, couple of us decided that we will take admission in Chartered Accountancy course. It was in the middle of BCom only.
Okay. Yeah. So sir, जब आपने सीए करने की सोची तो आपने आर्टिकलशिप कहाँ से करी और वो जर्नी कैसी रही आपकी?
That was very interesting phase because in Rohtak there were very few qualified CAs and there were very few firms. So I took an articleship in Delhi.
Okay.
And I used to travel from Rohtak to Delhi and then going back to Rohtak. And this was an interesting phase of articleship.
So रोहतक से दिल्ली आना, like what was your time duration? सुबह कितने बजे निकलते थे और शाम को कितने बजे पहुंचते थे?
We used to start at 7 or probably 6:45, and then in the night I would reach home by 9 o'clock or something like that.
A tough 3 years of articleship.
Interesting 3 years of articleship. Yeah.
So sir, that was articleship. And did you qualify as, you qualified your inter and final during that phase?
No, it was very, very difficult. That time we had very little facilities in terms of classes, online classes. Those were not there. We used to study in the train only and basically from the study material only. It took a little while to qualify, and I took a little more time to qualify, a little bit of setback also in between, but that's where it is. Yeah.
But sir, I think at that time nobody mattered actually about the attempts, right? आज के दिन हम लोग सोचते हैं attempts, but I think हमारे टाइम में कोई इतना सोचता नहीं था. CA बनना I think was more important.
That was more important.
That is.
Yes. Correct.
तो सर आपकी आर्टिकलशिप खत्म हो गई पर आप CA नहीं बने थे तब तक, तो क्या किया आपने उस टाइम पे?
So like I had mentioned that we were all preparing for competition exams. So I was lucky enough that I could get into a bank. So I joined the bank job. And my family was very happy that, you got a job in the bank. And while I was in the bank, I kept on preparing for the CA course. Although my family was that, okay, his career is settled. He joined a government bank and now nothing is left. But I told them that no, it's not my ultimate dream. So the day I qualified, immediately I resigned from the bank, and one of my cousins who was working in a bank in a very senior position, he said कि बैंक से नौकरी कौन छोड़ता है? That's how it is. But my ultimate dream was to run CA practice, and I left the job and started my own firm.
Okay. So that's surprising really, because आपने आर्टिकलशिप करी, then you got a government job with a bank, and then you qualified and you resigned. So, and I'm sure you resigned because you had the dream of doing your own CA firm, right? तो सर जब आपने ये CA firm करने की सोची, आपको मतलब क्या स्ट्रगल आए? बिकॉज प्रैक्टिस करना बहुत आसान तो नहीं होता.
This is a very interesting phase again of the life, and probably you can say that if somebody who qualifies, what are the main challenges that person will face, it's to find the right partners, to find the right kind of clients, right kind of jobs. And that's where, I was lucky enough to find a good partners in my life, and they joined, I joined, and they joined, and we together felt that we can create something which is very nice and very successful.
So, पहला client कैसे मिला? Because सबसे ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती है to get a new client or a fresh client. Because you're a fresher CA, people don't really trust you because they have a couple of things. So, how did you gain that first client? If you would like to share that.
Trade secret. So, what I did, I went to my senior CAs and I told them that I want to learn. And they gave me some assignments. And I was very happy. I was not worried about how much money I will get. But I was happy that I am going to learn this new audits. At that time, we used to have inspection audits in the banks and some other assignments. So I was happy that I am getting those kind of jobs. For those people, these were smaller jobs which they could outsource. But for me, they were very precious. So those are the first few assignments which I took. And it was not very difficult when you go to a senior chartered accountant and say that, okay, I have some bandwidth and I want to do jobs. And you say, I'm not worried about money, they'll give you.
Okay. So, sir, that was your first. But today, if you want to just share, how was your trajectory? In terms of really being a one-man army, as I said, to start with. And today you've grown as an ASA Associates. So what was some of the key things that happened, or what was your vision for it?
So as I had mentioned that finding good partners, and there is a term which we use is EQ, emotional, understanding of the people. If you hold on to a client for a very long time, the client will grow. If you hold on to a person who is working with you and you use the potential of that person, or you encourage that person to use their potential, that person will also grow with you. Your partner will start having trust with you. And I think these traits of developing trust amongst each other, taking care of each other, and then being very, very, sincere to the jobs which you are doing. And one more important thing is keep learning. So keep on enhancing. Like doing CA is the beginning. It's not the end. People say that, okay, CA done, finish. But actually it starts from there. And after that, how much more qualifications you can do IFRS, you can do forensic, you can do BRSR, you can do artificial intelligence nowadays. There are so many opportunities, and whatever I am sharing with you, I have done all of them.
Okay.
So this is something which you will need to keep learning, keep enhancing your skills so that you are not outdated.
So I just wanted to understand that how did the company grow? That's about your partners, your staff, but growing from like one person to 1400, as I said, it's a big number. 1400 is not a small number for a CA firm. वो कैसे हुआ मतलब?
So it's an interesting journey. A, you find the right partners. B, you need to be very specific about your specialization. So like one partner is given the role of a managing partner, the other partner is given the role of a tax partner. I took assurance as my area. All of us, we work together. And then, you get into the global clients, you find partners outside India, you do some kind of affiliation with them, and then the clients which are multinational clients, they want your support in various jurisdictions. You are able to support those clients because they also get a confidence that if you go to this firm or these people, they will be able to serve you all across the globe. And that's where we have grown up from smaller operations to today we have 9 offices and 1,400-1,500 people.
Oh, that's nice. So, this was your CA journey. But is there anything very specific that you felt was a turning point for you, overall, if I have to ask you, in your journey overall? What was that turning point that you'd like to share?
Okay, so my turning point was when I encountered that philosophy which I follow.
Okay.
I read about Dr. Ikeda, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, and some of the key principles which I learned from that philosophy. One is the human revolution. Second is oneness of life and environment. I'll explain it a little bit. We all feel that environment is not supporting, I'm not getting the clients, some people are cheating me, or those kind of stuff. And we
negative
feel
thoughts, basically.
Yeah. So we feel that our environment is what is shaping us. But actually the law is different. It is, environment is responding according to our own life condition. What we seek, is seeking us. That's what I read somewhere. And then this philosophy of Soka Gakkai has really shaped the way I used to think. So if I wanted to have a big client, I was told that I should prepare myself first, and then seek the client. And that's how the journey of learning further and improving your own self, that's where the thought process changed. And once you are able to change the thought process, then your environment will start supporting you. You'll get the clients which you want, right?
So basically the universe comes to you is what you're trying to say.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. And I think this is something which is followed within Buddhism, this philosophy which Praveenji was mentioning. So Praveenji, this is what was there, and this is your CA story, if I have to ask. But I know on a personal side, you're a great marathon runner. So CA के पीछे भागते how come you became a marathon runner?
Yeah, this is something which I think which can be a message for all the people, young people, that when we qualify as a chartered accountant or as a CA, this is not the only thing in life. We need to be taking care of other aspects of our life as well, and pursuing your hobbies, pursuing your interest areas, taking care of your health. That's equally important. Your office is important, your work is important, money is important, but there are other things also which are important. So one of my friends, he was very excited that he could run Mumbai Marathon at that time, half marathon. And I said that, oh wow, that's a great idea. So I started preparing for it, and then slowly and gradually I prepared for half marathon and then full marathon, and I was able to run in various parts of the world.
Okay.
So once you prepare for 42 kilometers, running 10 kilometers is very easy, right? So, and when you're preparing for it, it's automatically your health is taken care of. That means you will eat accordingly. You will also, take care of other aspects so that you are not injured. But it's very important to take care of, your other aspects. So, when I was preparing for 42 kilometers, I came to know that there are major marathons which are organized across the globe. There are 6 of them. And the first one I did was in Tokyo, and then I went to New York, and then I did in Berlin, London. 2 are still left.
Oh.
I hope that I'll be able to do it. Yes.
Wow, that's so nice. Yeah, you've represented India in terms of running in those marathons across the world. That's really nice. So sir, I think I've heard your story, and I'm sure our viewers have also heard you. And that's so inspiring, because it's not only about being a chartered accountant or establishing a CA firm which actually has global presence, as you said, across countries, across globes. That is what your clients are. So it's really inspiring. But what is that one message, if I have to ask you, for our viewers, whether it's students who are doing chartered accountancy or who have done CA and looking for their own careers, or even others who are not chartered accountants, but a message for them to get inspired, whether it's from a health perspective? What is it that you'd like to share?
So I think one message if I want to give to the younger people is to always to have big dreams, and do not compromise on your ethics. Do not get swayed. Please remember that initial years after qualifying, money is not important. What is more important is learning, and the path which you will take. You will cherish those years of initial struggles, but do not forget on your other aspects of your life, your family, your health, your hobbies, your interest areas, and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. The beginning will happen when you will start dreaming about it, when you will have a vision of becoming something really remarkable chartered accountant.
Thanks Raveenji. I think it was really inspirational, and thanks for coming over to the show and sharing your journey. I'm sure viewers, you would have loved this conversation, and a lot of key take-backs from the conversation. At least now I think I should focus on my health also and my interest. I know I am already a bit because of the Radio Dwarka thing that I do, but other than that, I think what's important is we all do a balanced life. You should be focused on multiple aspects and dream big, as Sir said. So this was an interesting episode with Praveenji on CA Ki Kahani, CA Ki Zubani. And for such interesting and inspiring stories, stay connected with us and Radio Dwarka. And we will come back with a new story next Thursday. So keep watching and stay connected. Thank you.